The money is in your home today when you're spending 40 or 50% more heating your home than you should be spending if that home was energy efficient or if we had sustainable energy. The problem is most people in this state, working class people, low income people, middle class people, cannot afford the $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 they need to weatherize their homes or to move to solar or other sustainable energy. How do we pay for that? Well, the way we pay for that is to make money, the loans up front to those homes, those small businesses, and say you're going to repay those loans as your electric bill, as your fuel bill drops by 20, 30, 40, 50%. So we're dealing with a financing issue. How do we get the money into the pockets of middle-class, working-class people, see them reduce their fuel costs, and pay off the loans that help them with energy efficiency, sustainable energy. So we're working on that concept of on-bill financing because at the end of the day, I think the financing issue is the key issue as we move forward in energy efficiency and sustainable energy. Now, what else are we doing? We brought a lot of money into the state, working with many of you, communities around the state, so that we have 10 schools in the state with solar projects. We have a great project at the Camel's Hump Middle School in Richmond, state-of-the-art green school. I'm very proud of the fact. Here's an area can make huge progress, and we have some friends there. Some of you may not think so, but we do. The largest consumer of energy in the United States of America is the military. $18 billion a year. And some of these guys are conscious of the fact that they can not only save substantial sums of money, but keep our troops out of danger as they move to energy efficiency, sustainable energy. I was in Las Vegas area, Nevada, a couple of years ago, go to Nellis Air Force Base. They have one of the largest solar installations in the United States of America, providing a good part of the electricity for a major Air Force base. We were able to bring a good deal of money into the Vermont National Guard, and I'm proud that we didn't have to force them to do that. They understood what the issue was about, delighted to work with us. We have the second largest solar installation at the Vermont National Guard. We're trying to work hard to see that that concept of energy efficiency and sustainable energy moves throughout the military, because we see huge potential there. Not only energy efficiency and sustainable, but transportation. Obviously, they use a lot of fuel in trucks and every other area. All of you are aware that while Vermont may not be Arizona or Southern California, our exposure to the sun is better than it is in Germany. Do you all know that? Yeah. Which means we have potential. And we are beginning to make some real progress. And I know everybody, at least some of my right-wing friends, try to constantly debunk the stimulus package. But if you drive around the state of Vermont, you see a lot of solar. A lot of that came from, in fact, the stimulus package. We're beginning to make progress on larger installations and on smaller ones. Green Mountain Power is talking about Rutland being a solar city. That is a huge step forward. We are trying desperately to make sure that we continue to have the tax credits available, not only for businesses in wind and solar, who desperately need it, 1603 and so forth, but to make sure that if you are going to install solar on your rooftop, you can get a 30% tax deduction. A couple of years ago, I introduced a bill called 10 million solar rooftops. And that tells you what the bill is about. What it means is we want to see 10 million solar rooftops in the United States. Because the more we build, the more the demand is out there, the lower the price becomes for solar. And as all of you know, the cost of solar panels is dropping precipitously. The challenge now is to see that we manufacture those panels here in the United States of America. In terms of wind, we just drove in from Newport an hour ago. And there they were up in Sheffield, the wind turbines. I know not everybody agrees with me on this issue. There are differences of opinion. But you know what? When I see those turbines, I see something of beauty. I see something which tells us that we are moving toward energy independence and sustainable energy. And there are some folks out there, maybe some in this room, agree environmentalists. They don't like nuclear power. They don't like wind power. They don't like all the solar. It's ugly. You know, well, you got to wake up. You got to make a choice. Either we save the planet and we do the best that we can moving towards sustainable energy, or we don't. And I think we do. And I think this state has huge potential. So we're making progress, energy efficiency, making progress on solar. We got a long way to go to wind. Geothermal has real potential. Go to the Barnes School, downtown Burlington, doing a great job. Go to Champlain College in Burlington, now beginning to heat and provide air conditioning through geothermal. Huge potential there as well. We've got 45 schools in the state heating their schools with biomass. Got the hospital up in Newport doing the same. If we harvest the wood sustainably, I think there's a lot of potential there. So let me just conclude by telling you what you already know. The stakes of what we are doing now is the future of the world. It's nothing less. The United States must play a leadership role. We're not doing it right now. Vermont should be leading this country, and I think we are beginning to do that. If we do the right thing, we cut greenhouse gas emissions. If we do the right thing, we become more energy independent and end the need for wars in the Middle East. If we do the right thing, we can create over a period of time millions of good-paying jobs. If that is not a win-win-win situation, I don't know what is. So thank you all very much for what you are doing, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Thanks very much.